Hello and welcome back to another video. So I am out in the wilds today, but it is a good day today because the cows and calves are coming into this patch of reseed that we did earlier on, and they're coming in here this evening. So I was going to record the setting up of the field and stuff, but no tripod is going to stand in this wind today. It is crazy. So what I've just done is I have set up the electric fence on that side of the reseed, and then I'm going to cut them off on this side of the reseed as well, just so that we can keep them in here for a decent amount of time and just get them to really bear this down as much as we can. There is good grass coming in the whole place down here, which is fantastic. It'll just, you know, make life a bit easier now as we head into the autumn and growth slows down. But I mean, I will try and dig out the before video. I think I still have it, and show you it. But I mean, to have such great luscious green grass here now instead of that rubbish that was here beforehand is it's just fantastic to have it. It's great. So I can't wait to get them in here and record them feeding it down and all of that. So I'm sure it's going to be difficult to get them out of this field now in a couple of weeks when we have to give the calves the next lot of their blackleg vaccine, but sure, look, we'll have to drive them out of here somehow. But look, I'll start off with that today anyway. We'll get them moved in here. I'll record that as long as it all goes to plan. Mom and Dad are going to come down and help me move anyway, so it should be fairly straightforward. And we'll get a few clips of them in here and all of that jazz. And look, we'll see what the video becomes of thereafter, because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be at. But I really hope you can hear me with this wind. So look, we'll go from there anyway. Well, now that the cows are out of here, I just topped the whole place hard going in here. It's just so rough. The ground is just very uneven. So it took me almost 2 hours to do it. What, about 3 acres? But it is done, and that's the main thing. That's probably the last time I'll top in here this year now, because it's hard going and I won't get much return out of the real rough stuff anyway. So I just want to try and keep it in check. That's why I do it. So look, they'll get another grazing in here. I won't spread fertilizer or anything on it. I'll just let it come away, and they'll get what they get out of here. But by the time they're done where they are now, I'd expect there to be a decent amount of grass in here. But that is that. I am going to go up now and I'm going to wash down the tractor and the topper, because if I'm being honest, I don't know when I last gave the topper a good clean. I'm going to grease it all up because I probably won't be topping now for another few weeks, and I'll just have it all nice and clean, greased up and sitting there ready for the next run out. But first, Mom has bacon and cabbage on for dinner today, so I will be making a pit stop there first before I do anything else anyway. Now I must pause the music for a second just to thank Davey very much from Maxwell. He sent me out 3 big drums of oil there easily a year ago at this stage, but I only now needed to use it, so it was fantastic to have it when I needed it. So yeah, to be honest now, I was probably running this a bit lower than I should have, but got it sorted. Now, I did mean to apologise in my last video for not showing you the works that were going on, but I totally forgot. That's Rob in the background. But that's because they hadn't started in the last video like I thought they would. So we're just up here now to see how he's getting on, and what he's doing there now is just digging the trench for the water pipe again. So once he has dug across to the other ditch, I'll throw in the pipe that I bought the last day. You might have seen it in my other video, and he'll cover that back over. I'm not sure, I think you can see it fairly clearly there on the camera, just the hump that we have right behind me there. So he's also going to level that out. It kind of goes more or less the whole way across the field there, and it's just a bit of a pain in the backside when you're doing anything in the field really. So he's going to level all that off while he's here as well. And then just up at the very top we've a bit of a hollow up there, and just a bit of a wet patch where there's just rushes, like maybe 10 rushes coming in there. So he's just going to throw a bit of soil in there as well, just to try and level it out a bit, and he'll dig down that wet patch and just see if we can get some better drainage in there as well. And that is it for the digger up here, so it's not half the job the other place was. But I will just set up the camera for a while now. I'll get the pipe in, and I'll probably just come back tomorrow then, because it is already 7 o'clock here now and I have not eaten yet. So yeah, I'll do that much and we might come back up tomorrow then, and I'll show you what has been done. Now, I know a lot of people said to me last time that I shouldn't roll it out the way I did in the last reseed, that I should just do it on the ground, unravel it basically and put it out. But as I did say to people, that is so much harder for me to do. I just find that really difficult. I don't know, is it my height or what? But for me, just rolling it out was a lot easier. So I just did it that way again. And don't worry, I'm going nowhere near the digger here because it kind of looks like I'm heading straight for it. But I stopped, I promise. Now that's my job done there anyway, so he's backfilling already. It's 8 o'clock. I need to go get something to eat, so I'm gonna leave Darren at it there to finish off the few bits, and as I said, we'll come back tomorrow anyway and have a look at what he got done. So I'm back up now this evening after work again just to see what was done. So he has covered the water pipe the whole way over. I was up the top as well, and he has dug that hollow and just that wet part up there, so hopefully that will improve things. And then he has also just dug out that bit of a hump that was there as well, so hopefully we will have a nice even sloping field now by the time the plough and the leveler and everything else is done. So I'm just waiting now really on them to come with the plough. I forgot to mention as well, this was sprayed off probably 5 days ago now at this stage, so you can see the yellow tinge coming fairly well on it. So yeah, look, I probably won't show the rest of the reseed in this video by the time they get here and they get it all done, but hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of it for you. But I'm going to go down and show you what else was going on yesterday that I just didn't get a chance to show you. So I gathered a few stones out of the other reseed while I was waiting on the digger the last day just to finish off, so this is what it's looking like now for those who couldn't see it in a previous video that I did. So definitely coming on really well. A little bit sparse in the middle of the field, but overall definitely coming well. So yesterday was a busy day around the place. We also emptied the slurry tank, so we want to be fully empty going in for the winter this year, just in case we have another year like last year. Fingers crossed we won't, but we did get caught out last year in that we had to put slurry out in January because the tanks were full and it just ended up marking the ground. Thankfully it wasn't too bad, but it did mark the ground and it just made more work for us that we didn't need. So we have it completely emptied. So we got a couple of loads out by the house and by the shed above, and then we got another 3 loads in the place where the cows just came out of. So a lot of people have told me in the past that after you cut the rushes, if you get slurry on them, it tends to knock them back. So I can let you know if that does work now, because both of those places have a good few rushes in them. So we will see what it does. I can always let you know in 3 or 4 weeks time when things do start to come back a bit, if I notice any difference. So that is us done for slurry and fertiliser this year, which isn't too bad. It's a good place to be, I guess. Now we will obviously be putting out fertiliser on the reseed, so I'm not including that, but for the grazing ground that we already have, that is us done, and we should be very, very comfortable, I would think. Look, if it stays dry, it'll be great. We should get them out for another few months, but I mean, I think last year they were in the first week of October, which was crazy early. I mean, down here they used to be out until Christmas Eve some years. Now that was a good few years ago before things got as wet as they are now. But yeah, to be in the first week of October was mad last year, so hopefully we'll get a longer stretch out of it if the summer is anything to go by. We haven't had any rain at all really. So look, we'll see how it goes. I'm just in here now to check on the cows, see how they're getting on in the reseed. I came down yesterday evening and the reel had fallen off, so they were all over the place, but they're here in the reseed again. There's so much grass here, it's crazy. I don't know how long they're going to be down here, to be honest. Usually around this time of year it's getting a little bit tighter. I wouldn't say it'd be tight, but it would be getting a bit tighter, and we'd be looking to think about weaning and moving them up the fields where the reseed is happening now at the moment. But this year it looks like the cows will probably stay down here and the calves will go up. We'll wean them and they'll go up. So it'll be different now this year. Usually years we wean when we're doing the TB testing, just because we'd have them in, we could separate them for the few days and they're gone. But this year, obviously we're not TB testing now until next March, just because we went down last year and had to retest. It'll just be a bit different. We could wean any time in the next couple of weeks really, so look, we'll just see how things are going. We need to sell Debbie soon as well. We need to pay for all this bloody work we're doing, so she'll be heading off soon, and yeah, I'll be sad to see her go. She's a fine heifer, but just she doesn't have the stars, so we can't keep her. That's the bunch there. I think they have full bellies by the looks of them, but you can see they are chewing down on it fairly well here now. In fairness, they've done a good job. So anyway, I will leave it there for this video, I think, because I do have another few bits and pieces on, but I think I'll leave them in the next video. I am struggling to stay on top of everything now the past few weeks, if I'm being honest. It is a stretch. So look, we'll see how we go. I might have to skip a video here or there. We'll see how I can get on, but yeah, it's flat out now at the moment, in fairness. But look, today I'd say it's a short enough one, just a bit of an update, but as I said, I'll keep you up to date on the progress of the few bits anyway. So thanks for watching. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.